It certainly comes as no surprise that Donkey Kong Bonanza is an entertaining experience filled with lots of destruction and silly fun. However, it turns out that one of the lesser discussed modes for playing the game could be the best way to achieve maximum laughter in real life. In a platform game where the main concept is to punch everything to utter destruction, there's already plenty of mayhem happening. But adding in a little extra proves to make the whirlwind experience even more comedic for everyone involved. Since its release, Donkey Kong Bonanza has been getting rave reviews, including our own Screen Rant review, giving it 9 out of 10 stars. The game focuses on the punch-happy Donkey Kong, while letting players explore levels filled with hidden spaces and secrets, and hundreds of things to find and collect. Whether DK is punching enemies or rocks, there aren't many game mechanics to learn in this world. But when an odd rock and then young Pauline join the fray, things have become even more exciting for players. Donkey Kong Bonanza's multiplayer mode is pure chaotic fun. Donkey Kong Bonanza is primarily looked at as a single-player game. However, early in the game, players can unlock a 2-player co-op mode where the second player can control an odd rock and then, later on, a young Pauline. Although the second player cannot walk around and explore on their own, they ride on DK's shoulder and can shoot out vocal blasts to damage terrain and enemies. They can also copy materials in the world so that their vocal blasts can feature exploding rocks, grass that builds back terrain, gold, and more at first glance. This doesn't sound like that much fun for the second player, being limited to riding on Donkey Kong's shoulders while player 1 controls all the movement. In fact, many people, myself included, initially ignored the co-op mode because of its supposed limitations. Once I got to try playing 2-player, my entire opinion shifted. Not only does the second player make it much easier to find everything for 100% completion, but it's also ridiculous to watch. The second player is limited in some ways, but the important thing to note is that these vocal blasts have no cooldown and not only do massive damage, but can take up large amounts of screen with large rock words being shouted from Pauline, wherever the second player points their cursor. This means that they can completely obliterate the world around DK, or simply cause so much chaos on the screen that the first player can't see where they're going, which also results in some silly circumstances. Bonanza improves on a Mario Odyssey Cappy experience. Donkey Kong Bonanza doesn't just feel like Mario Odyssey by chance, but they were actually both created by the same internal team. Despite that, there are several ways DK Bonanza and Odyssey are different, including the way the second player is handled. In Mario Odyssey, the second player was also limited in what they could do while they controlled Mario's sentient hat, Cappy. Yet, the limitations that Cappy suffered have been handled differently for Pauline, giving the co-op mode a much more entertaining result. Perhaps after playing the game for many hours, it could get old to be relegated to DK's shoulder. But at least for portions of the game, the 2-player game mode is a joy to experience. Also, with the speed and damage that Pauline's vocal blast can do, going through this game with high number of hidden collectibles is a lot easier, as every bit of terrain can be obliterated very quickly. Ultimately, even without looking at story progression or collectibles, playing this way is by far the silliest and most laugh-out-loud way to experience Donkey Kong Bonanza.